discuss about quadrant angles. Quadrant angles. What are called quadrant angles? Draw x-axis and y-axis. Y dash. X-axis x dash. Origin. Here the angle, starting angle 0 degrees. This angle is 90 degrees. So this is 90 degrees. This is 90 plus 90, 180 degrees. 90 plus 180 plus 90. This is 270 degrees. 270 plus 90. This is again 360 degrees. As we know that pi radians is equal to 180 degrees. Therefore 180 degrees is equal to pi radians. 90 degrees is equal to pi radians by 2. Since 180 degrees is equal to pi radians, 1 degree is equal to pi radians by 180, because 1 is the factor of your number. So 90 degrees is equal to 90 into pi by 180. So 0 0 get cancelled, 9 2 times cancelled. So 90 degrees is equal to pi radians by 2. Similarly 180 degrees is equal to pi radians. 270 degrees is equal to 270 into pi radians by 180. 0 0 get cancelled. 9 table 3 times, 2 times. 270 degrees is equal to 3 pi radians by 2. 360 degrees is equal to 360 degrees into pi radians by 180. 0 0 get cancelled. 9 table, 18 table directly 2 times cancelled. So 360 degrees is equal to 2 pi radians. Therefore 0 degrees, 90 degrees, pi radians by 2, 180 degrees, pi radians, 270 degrees, 3 pi radians by 2, 360 degrees, 2 pi radians. So these angles, 0 degrees, pi radians by 2, pi radians, 3 pi by 2, 2 pi are called quadrant angles. So what are quadrant angles? 0 degrees comma, pi by 2 comma, pi radians comma, 3 pi by 2 radians comma, 2 pi radians are called quadrant angles. Now this is the first quadrant. As we know that represented by Q1, this is Q2, this is Q3, this is first quadrant. The angle lies between 0 degrees and 90 degrees. So if you take any angle here like this theta, that angle always lies between 0 and 90. So first quadrant the angle is below 90. So we can write 90 minus theta. For the next quadrant the angle is above 90. So above 90 means if you take angle here in this quadrant, that is above 90, 90 plus theta, or the boundary angle is 180. So if you take any angle here, that is below 180, above 90. So below 180 can be written as 180 minus theta. So 90 plus theta, 180 minus theta are second quadrant angles. Now come to the third quadrant. In the third quadrant we are crossing 180. Crossing 180 means above 180. So in this quadrant we can find out the angle above 180 and the boundary angle is 270, below 270. So 270 minus theta. Now come to the fourth quadrant. In the fourth quadrant, angle boundary starting angle 270. So if you take any angle in the fourth quadrant, that is above 270, 270 plus theta. Final boundary angle is 360. So the angle is below only, below 360. 360 minus theta. If you complete one rotation, that is 360 degrees, then enter into the first quadrant again. So we are crossing first quadrant and entering again into the first quadrant. That angle is above 360. So 360 plus theta. After completion of one revolution, again we enter into the first quadrant. That angle is above 360. That's why 360 plus theta. So these angles in the first quadrant, remember that 90 minus theta, below 90, above 360. 360 plus theta. In the second quadrant, 90 plus theta, above 90, below 180. 180 minus theta. In the third quadrant, above 180, below 270. 180 plus theta, 270 minus theta. In the fourth quadrant, crossing 270. 270 plus theta, below 360. 360 minus theta. So these are the angles in the quadrants. Now come to the next one. So remember this chart. Now come to the next one. Y-axis, x-axis, x dash, R is in. So let us take any point in the first quadrant. So in the first quadrant, x is positive, y is positive. So let the point be some P, that is in the form of x comma y. So now join OP. OP as the radius, O as the center. Draw one circle like this. Draw one circle. OP as the radius. This is the radius. Draw one circle. Now drop the perpendicular onto the x-axis. This gives distance gives x. This distance is y. OP center to any point on the circle we call as radius R. This is angle theta. Okay. So now come to the first quadrant. In the first quadrant, sin theta is defined. Sin theta is equal to opposite side to theta by hypotenuse. This is the right angle triangle. Draw perpendicular 90 degrees. So y by r hypotenuse. Okay. Now let the perpendicular dropping name is some A. So if you consider triangle POA, what kind of triangle POA? Right angle triangle. Triangle POA is right angled triangle. Right angle triangle. So this angle is theta, this is 90. Then what about this angle? Can you find out this angle? So we can find out because sum of the angles in a triangle is 180. So let it be some A angle or some Z. Let us see how to find out Z. Sum of the three angles in a triangle is 180. No? Then theta plus 90 plus Z is equal to 180. Then make Z as the subject. Bring this theta to RHS. 90 also RHS. Plus will become minus. Z is equal to 180 minus 90 minus theta. So Z is equal to 180 minus 90. 90 minus theta. So this angle is 90 minus theta. Now consider this is an angle sine of 90 minus theta. What we get? sine of 90 minus theta. Now in this right angle triangle, if you consider this angle, then sin theta is defined as opposite side to this angle, opposite side to this angle. So opposite side to this angle is x, that is equal to x. X is positive by hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is r, x by r. But what is x by r generally? So cos theta. Cos theta is equal to x by r, incident side to theta by hypotenuse. So sin 90 minus theta is equal to x by r. X by r means cos theta. So this is the derivation for sin 90 minus theta. So sin 90 minus theta becomes cos theta. Similarly, cos 90 minus theta is equal to, now 90 minus theta, considering this angle. Cos means adjacent side to theta. So adjacent side to theta is y by hypotenuse. Hypotenuse means r, y by r. But y by r means cos of 90 minus theta is equal to y by r. What is y by r? Y by r means sin theta. So cos 90 minus theta is sin theta. So this is we got. Sin 90 minus theta is equal to cos theta. Cos 90 minus theta is equal to sin theta. Right. In the first quadrant, P x comma y is any point. Sin theta is equal to theta y by r. Y by r. Y is positive, r also positive. R always positive, radius. So distance is always positive, radius. So that is equal to sin theta is positive in the first quadrant. Similarly, cos theta. Cos theta is equal to x by r. X is positive, r also positive. So cos also positive, plus. Similarly, sin positive, cos positive means automatically sin is equal to sin theta by cos theta. That is equal to sin theta is positive by cos theta positive. That is equal to positive. So sin positive, cos positive, tan positive. Reciprocal of sin, cosecant is positive. Reciprocal of cos, secant positive. Reciprocal of tan, cot positive. So all are positive. All are positive. All are means all 6 trigonometric ratios. Trigonometric ratios are positive in the first quadrant. All are positive. So first quadrant angle 90 plus theta, 360, 90 minus theta, 360 plus theta, 90 minus theta, 360 plus theta. So whenever you see these angles, these are the first quadrant, lying first quadrant. So first quadrant means all trigonometric ratios are positive. For example, sin 90 minus theta, we derived sin 90 minus theta cos theta. So cos theta, but cos is plus or minus? Is it plus cos theta or minus cos theta? That is depending upon the angles which lies in the quadrant. So 90 minus theta lies in the first quadrant. So first quadrant all trigonometric ratios are positive. So sin of angle also positive. So we get plus cos theta. Similarly, cos of 90 minus theta is equal to cos 90 minus theta sin theta. So cos 90 minus theta angle lies in the first quadrant. So first quadrant all are positive. So cos 90 minus theta is equal to answer, we get positive answer, plus sin theta. Similarly, tan of 90 minus theta. So tan of 90 minus theta. Tan 90 minus theta opposite side x. Adjacent side y. X by y. But x by y we call as a cot theta. Cot theta. So cot theta also plus cot theta. Similarly, cosecant theta is equal to cosecant of 90 minus theta is equal to cosecant 90 minus theta. So cosecant 90 minus theta, reciprocal of sin. 90 minus theta is first quadrant. First quadrant all are positive. So reciprocal of sin also positive. So cosecant 90 minus theta. This is 90 minus theta. Sin reverse r by y. r by y, that is equal to r by y is the cosecant theta, but 90 minus the opposite side x. So cosecant 90 minus theta. I use a adjust. Cosecant 90 minus theta. So cosecant formula hypotenuse by r by opposite side to theta x. But r by x what we call secant theta. So that is equal to cosecant 90 minus theta is equal to 90 minus theta first quadrant. So that is equal to plus secant theta. So like this, secant cosecant positive secant we get sine positive cos become sine. So tan become cot become tan, cosecant will become secant will become cosecant. That is in the first quadrant. So first quadrant all are positive and the angle is 90. 90 means pi by 2. Pi by 2 means multiple is odd number. An odd multiple of pi by 2 and minus theta, then some change will occur. Sine will become cos will become sine. Tan will become cot will become tan. Like this changes. Sine become cos becomes sine. Tan becomes cot becomes tan. Cosecant becomes secant will become cosecant. So these changes will occur when you see this odd number of 90 degrees. So in the first quadrant all are positive. Now come to the second quadrant. In the second quadrant, if you take any point, let it be some q. So second quadrant, the general form of the point is x value is negative minus x. So x value is negative, y value is positive. So the point is in the form of minus x comma y. This is the radius. Minus x comma y. So rub the perpendicular. This value gives minus x, this value gives y. This is the theta angle. If you take the theta, that means the angle in the second quadrant. Let us see which are positive, which are negative. So which are positive means the trigonometric ratios with y and r are positive. The trigonometric ratios with x and r negative. So which trigonometric ratios includes with y and r means, let us see, sin theta is y by r. So sin is positive. Cos theta is equal to x by r, but x is here negative. So that's why cos is negative. Next, tan theta. Tan theta is equal to y by x. Opposite side to theta by adjacent side to theta, but x is negative. That's why tan also negative in the second quadrant. So similarly, cosecant theta is equal to reciprocal of sine r by y. R positive, y positive. Cosecant also positive. Secant r by minus x, that is equal to negative. Cot, so adjacent side to theta by opposite side to theta minus x by y. This is also negative. Then which are positive? Only sine and its reciprocal. Cosecant sin theta, cosecant theta are positive when they are lies in the second quadrant. When they are lies in the second quadrant means when you see sine, with second quadrant angles. What are the second quadrant angles? 90 plus theta and sine. Second quadrant angles 180 minus theta. When you see these angles in front of the sine or cosecant, they are always positive. So we get a positive answer because these two are lying in the second quadrant. Now come to the third quadrant. If you take any point in the third quadrant, this is the R. Any point in the third quadrant, drop the perpendicular onto the x-axis. So negative x-axis, y also negative. So the point is in the form of minus x comma minus y. So minus x comma minus y. Which trigonometry ratios contains x and y? Minus x minus y. Let us see. Sin theta minus opposite side, this is the theta. Opposite side to theta by hypotenuse. This is r. But sin opposite side is y negative. So sin also negative here. Then cos x side to theta by hypotenuse. But cos also here negative. X is negative. So cos also negative. Then come to the tan. Tan is opposite side to theta by hn side to theta. Minus tan theta is equal to minus y by minus x. Minus minus get cancelled. Y by x. So positive. So which are positive? Tan and reverse of tan. Reverse of tan is cot. Tan and cot are positive in the third quadrant. Now come to the fourth quadrant. Remaining all are negative in the third quadrant. Now come to the fourth quadrant. Fourth quadrant. If you take an angle theta here and drop the perpendicular, drop the perpendicular. Now the point, this is 90. The point in the fourth quadrant, x is positive, y is negative. X comma y. Now which trigonometry ratio contains x? That is positive. Which trigonometry ratio contains y? That is negative. So here sin contains y. That's why sin is negative. Sin negative. Its reciprocal also negative. Next cos x by r. X positive. So cos is positive. Then automatically its reciprocal. Secant also positive. Then tan. Tan also contains y, that's why tan is negative, automatically reciprocal also negative. Then which are positive in the fourth quadrant? Only cos and secant. These are positive. So let us see. So I will give you total diagram to represent the sign. So let us see that sign. Sign of trigonometric ratios. First quadrant, 90 minus theta, 360 plus theta. Here, all trigonometric ratios are positive because x comma y is positive. So, all are positive. 6 trigonometric ratios are positive. Are positive. So in the second quadrant, if you take a point in the second quadrant, that is in the form of minus x comma y. So sin and its reciprocal, cosecant, these are positive, remaining are all negative. Next in the third quadrant, tan and its reciprocal, cot, are positive, remaining all are negative. Fourth quadrant, cos and its reciprocal, secant, these two only positive, remaining are all negative. So to remember this one, I will give you a simple technique, that is first quadrant all are positive, that's why first all, second start with s is positive, that's why all, silver, third one with tan, T, fourth one C, cups. All silver, tea, cups. That means all are positive. So first word submit here, second word silver right here, third word write tan, tea here, fourth one write cups here. So all are positive. First quadrant, silver. Starting with S, sin and cosecant are positive, remaining all are negative. T with T, tan and its reciprocal, dot are positive, remaining are all negative. Fourth one, C, cups, cos and secant are positive. So we can memorize this one by using this simple word all silver teacups. Or otherwise we can write Another word. All students take care. All students take care. Or all students take coffee. So all, first quadrant, students, second quadrant, take, third quadrant, care, fourth quadrant. By using this word we can remember that all are positive in the first quadrant. That means when you see this angle 90 minus theta, 360 plus theta in front of the trigonometry ratios, those are all positive sign. So in the second quadrant, 90 plus theta, 180 minus theta. When you see these two angles in front of the sine and cosecant, write positive symbol. Otherwise, when you see tan 90 plus theta, that is negative because tan is 90 plus theta is second quadrant. Second quadrant silver only positive. Silver means sine and cosecant only positive. In the third quadrant, so third quadrant angles are 180 plus theta, 270 minus theta. So tan of 180 plus theta positive. Tan of 270 minus theta positive. Cot of 180 plus theta we get positive answer. Cot of 270 minus theta get positive answer. But sine of 180 plus theta get negative answer because in this quadrant tan and cot only positive. So tan of this angle, tan of 180 plus theta, then we get positive answer. But sine of 180 plus theta, 180 plus theta lies in which quadrant? Third quadrant. Third quadrant were positive, all silver T, tan only positive. So sine is negative. So that's why you get negative answer. Similarly, come to the cos. So the angles of this in this quadrant 270 plus theta, 360 minus theta. So these angles, cos with this angle is positive, secant with this angle positive. But remind, like for example tan 270 plus theta, what we get? Positive answer, negative answer. 270 plus theta, which quadrant? Fourth quadrant. Fourth quadrant were positive. All silver T cups, cos only positive. So their tan is negative. That's why we get negative answer. So this is all silver T cups.
For more trigonometric videos, visit our website www.mathsolutions.co.in. Thank you for watching.